Today, we're gonna drive the Bugatti Chiron for the first time since the accident.
The wait is over, and the pressure is finally relieved in the automotive world, as Matt Armstrong just drove the Bugatti Chiron for the first time since the crash, and it was absolutely terrifying. After months of Bugatti refusing parts, Bob fabricating radiators from scratch multiple times, the Chiron finally moved under its own power, with Matt behind the wheel going. This is scary. The car was literally in half. Before we continue, subscribe now and smash that like button. Don't forget to share, because Matt Armstrong just completed what Bugatti said was impossible, driving a Chiron that was split in half, rebuilt without a single Bugatti part, and running perfectly, despite thay remats claiming it couldn't be done. Let's break down the radiator nightmare that almost stopped everything, how Bob saved the day again, and what happened during that first terrifying drive. The Chiron was so close to driving in the last video. Interior installed, engine running, everything ready. Then, disaster struck during the pressure test. The radiator Bob fabricated from scratch had a leak, not because Bob's work was bad, but because it got damaged during shipping. The radiator branch stuck out of the shipping box. Bob had cut holes in the cardboard so they could fit through, but the box got dropped, and that impact dented the core and broke the seal. Bob had to completely recore the radiator, cut off all the custom fabricated tanks and fittings he'd spent hours machining, source another commercial radiator core, and weld everything back on again. But then, another problem.
Although the rad didn't have any leaks, when we went to fit it up against the other radiator, something was wrong. What's happened there? A minute ago, these fitted.
He's thinking though, confused.
Can you see what's happened here? Look, so that line's there, and this now.
The new radiator core measured 66 millimeters wide. The old one was 65 mm, just 1 millimeter difference, but enough to throw everything off. The mounting brackets didn't line up anymore. Bob had to modify the brackets, move fittings by 5 mm, re-weld everything. Then during installation, we've got wet here. Something wasn't right. The relocated fittings were leaking, tiny pinholes from the welding. They drained all 39 liters of coolant, back out, removed the radiators again. Matt even tried to TIG weld the leaks himself. I've watched Bob weld so many times. Surely I can do this. It didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work, and no, never mind. Some things are better left to professionals.
Out. Get this rad out. Bob ain't here, so I'm gonna be Bob right now. I've seen him weld many times. Let's see if I can fix this for good. I've got to learn at some point anyway. I've got to learn.
We need to wait for Bob.
Yeah. It didn't work.
No.
Never mind. Things are better left to the professionals. Eventually, I will learn how to TIG weld, and I think I've got the right guy to teach.
While Bob battled the radiators, Matt kept finding more Volkswagen Group parts throughout the Chiron. The fuse box that got damaged in the crash? I managed to find that they were off a Lamborghini Gallardo. Direct replacement, bolt-in fitment, proving Bugatti shares electrical components across the entire VW group. The secondary air pump that was mysteriously missing. Perfect fit. Same mounting, same connections. A Volkswagen Passat part inside a multi-million-dollar Bugatti. Even the crash sensors for the airbag system. These are off a Porsche. Porsche crash sensors. Audi A3 airbags. Volkswagen Passat secondary air pump. Lamborghini Gallardo fuse box. The pattern is undeniable. Bugatti is a Volkswagen Group parts bin assembly with luxury markup. But Bob's most impressive fabrication wasn't the radiators. It was the front crash bar. The original was completely destroyed. It was absolutely mashed up. This component holds everything. The bumper, front splitter, horseshoe badge, alarm, horn, crash sensors, bonnet lock. If it's out of line even slightly, nothing fits. The bonnet won't close. Crash sensors won't function. The entire front end becomes misaligned. Matt tried to get someone to bring a Chiron Sport for 3D scanning, but nobody would let him strip their car apart just to scan the crash